Okay, I'm back after about 6 hours of searching, and it turns out peat is not a person, it's a product. So this is what we've gotten. Some peat moss, and this is, I believe, 3.8 cubic something, 3.8 cubic feet. Made in November, or not made, dug up in November 2020. Looks like that anyway. So anyway, this is gonna retain the moisture. Nelly's still got to dig these irises out and maybe some other stuff that's left in here. We'll weed it, then we'll spread out the peat moss. Then we're going to build it up with some triple mix, plant some hostas, and then put some compost over top, and then probably mulch. This bed would definitely need mulch because it gets like nothing gets through that. And I'm serious, when it rained actually last night. Poured. So you can just see it's just dust. Come to the regular gardens and you can see here that the soil is still moist. You can see how dark it is. And that's because there's nothing there. So anyhow, that's what we're gonna do. You can see this is kind of an entrance garden, so it should be something nice. And we have never concentrated on it, but Nelly wants it done. Maybe today, so let's see how far we can get. So we still need some weeding. Nelly's taken out the irises over there. Before we start putting all this soil and compost and peat moss, we need to build the beds up. So I've dug up a bunch of rocks, and we're going to build the wall up a little more so that when we put the extra soil and everything in, it's not going to flow over. So that's where this is going to go. So time to build a wall. You can see there's no wall even here. So that's probably where I'm going to concentrate on, finishing a wall up there, and we'll go from there. Whew. I just put those rocks out so you can see the wall. There was no wall here, like even here. And then I added like 2 or 3 layers over here. You can see still needs lots of weeding, but it's got a nice wall. It's gonna look good once it's filled up. Like, it's pretty high. That's probably about 14 inches tall, the wall. So I think I need to get in here on my hands and knees and clean it completely out so I can put peat in the bed. And then once that's done, we can put some, how are we doing this? She wants triple mix, and then we plant, and then we put compost. And then definitely mulch here because it's not going to get any water whatsoever, and that's why we're using hostas. Number one, they will do a tap root way down deep to get nutrients, and the peat moss will, when it does rain, you know, maybe for a week it will hold its water as long as we got enough layers on top of it. So that's where we are. Stay tuned. The bed has now been weeded. So, as I pull out another weed I missed. Okay, so now we're gonna split these bags, these bales of peat open and see how much ground we can cover. And then we'll decide if we need to go and get some more peat or we can go ahead with the triple mix. Stay tuned. Okay, the peat is in, but I'm thinking we're gonna need some more peat because it's maybe only an inch maybe, and that's good, but I'm not quite sure how much Nelly actually wanted. So I'm gonna wait for her before I do anything else on this garden. And if we need more peat, well, I have to go in town and get some more peat. And until then, it's looking pretty good. It'll be much, this peat right here will retain the water. So this bed should be good. If it rains maybe every 2 weeks, this bed should be actually good. And we've got some beautiful hostas coming in here. So anyway, I'm gonna touch base with you guys in a bit and see what she says. Okay, we're back at this bed. So we've got the peat, then we've got the triple mix. Now we're putting a layer of compost on, then a last layer of triple mix. So we got to build this bed up, and make it so that it keeps the water in, it retains water, and is a thick, deep bed opposed to a very shallow bed. So back to work. So layer of compost done, took 22 buckets, 5-gallon buckets. Now we're heading off to get some triple mix, and we're gonna do a layer of triple mix. So there's another 17 loads of triple mix. Why 17, you ask? Because that's all that fits in the back of the Green Hornet, 17 buckets. There's no method to that madness other than that's all we can fit. We still need tons more, as you can see. The bed should be beaming up, not down like that. So I'm off to get more. So maybe another 17 loads of triple mix now, and then we might go back to the compost. Okay, so I've completed another load of triple mix, and you can see it's getting better. I would say my guess is another load of triple mix and then a layer of compost, but I'm going to consult with Nelly. She's going to probably come and see how far we can dig down. We got to be able to get very, deep so we can look at that. There's the peat moss right there. And then we've got, we can get probably, looks like about 10 inches. So it's pretty deep already. I think she'll be happy with that, but maybe just another layer of compost. But I'm gonna consult with her, but it's now a proper bed and it's gonna retain a lot of water. And it's gonna look pretty good. It's the first big bed, I guess, you see when you're coming up the driveway. So we wanna make it look good. Last load, and we're ready to do some planting once we put this down. So it's time to pick out some hostas that will go in this new garden. And this is our orphanage. And Nelly's gonna help me pick out some hostas. She's gonna design it. I'm gonna help dig the holes. So we have lots of hostas here. I'm gonna try and go slow because I always go too fast with the camera. So this is our choices. This is our orphanage, and this is stuff that just builds up in pots that we don't know where it's going to go, and then we will find a spot for it. So Nelly will pick them out, and we'll be back to you planting in a bit. So we're gonna wrap this video up, and hopefully it's not too windy. Hopefully you're not getting that crazy wind sound, because it is there. But what a difference. This bed is, they're not mature plants. They're, just newly bought plants. But what a difference when you come up our driveway. I'm just gonna turn around here and you can see the gardens. I'll go slow. I'll go back. There's Nelly in the English garden. Go nice and slow here. And you can see the gardens are all behind us. And everything looks fine there. But when you came up, there was nothing here. So this looks really good. And, Nelly helped me with that. She told me where everything would go, and I kind of helped build the bed. And now she's saying she wants one here. So I'll kind of come back. You can see we come up the driveway here. Nay. So that's what she's just told me. So, they take about a week to build it because there's just a tremendous amount of dirt, probably 5-6 yards of dirt, and some peat moss and some rocks building the wall. And so I do a couple loads a night, and we slowly get it done. But wouldn't that be nice to be, flanked, if you will, by two beds like that coming up to the house? So anyhow, I'm gonna conclude this video, but I think this was a good addition to the gardens. I'm very happy. So don't forget to like and subscribe, please, guys, and join us on this channel. Take care.